There was a police officer at the door in full combat gear.
A local man escapes a school shooting unscathed after a 15-year-old gunman kills 4 fellow students and injures dozens of others at a Michigan high school. Thank you for joining us tonight. I'm Natalie Shepard. Jessup has the night off. A Palmyra man tells us he was working in that Michigan high school as the gunshots rang out. And tonight, he is safely home just hours after police rushed him out of that building. CBS 58's Adam Rife is live in the newsroom to share his story of survival. Adam.
Natalie, good evening. Bob Werner's company installs high-tech machinery and equipment in high schools throughout the Midwest. The 3-day jobs usually involve routine installation and training. This week's trip to Oxford, Michigan was a favor to a client. It did not go as planned.
I thought, it's pretty strange. Is this a drill? Oh no, this is the real thing, and we got an active shooter.
Bob Werner and his colleague were finishing up the assembly phase of their latest job when they heard an announcement over the loudspeakers.
You know, it wasn't for us, so we didn't really, I guess, listen to it because we were engaged in what we were doing.
Werner has worked in high schools for 30 years. Commotion in the hallways is not out of the ordinary until an officer in full combat gear knocked on the door and told them to follow.
And we did notice there were blood drops on the floor out in the hallway as we were being escorted down.
Law enforcement had responded within minutes, taking the shooter into custody.
And there were all kinds of police officers coming in, FBI, the marshal. I mean, there were just a ton of people coming in.
At the time, he did not know how close he was to danger, only learning Wednesday the shooter was within 150 feet. Police sent them out to their truck where they waited for 2.5 hours, witnessing the aftermath.
We did see a couple of groups of students being escorted out the building with their hands in the air.
And the emergency response.
At one point, there were 4 ambulances, and they were bringing stretchers into the building.
Werner is quick to say he did not go through the same trauma the students, staff, and their families went through. But on the 7.5-hour drive home Wednesday, he had plenty of time to think about the next job.
Maybe say a little prayer before we go into every building, right?
Now, Bob Werner says he works with schools all the time, adding he cannot say enough about the job teachers are asked to do, not just teaching curriculum, but understanding what students go through outside the building and what they bring into it. In the newsroom, Adam Rife, CBS 58 News.